What's up, guys? This is Raul Espinoza with the Iowa Entrepreneur. Thanks for joining us. And today we have Katie Clement with Something Blue with us today. Hi, Katie.
Hi, that sounds really weird.
Because before, so she just got married, guys, for you listening. So it was Hanson or Henson?
Hanson.
Yeah. So yeah, congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. There's a lot of hard cuss going on now.
Clement. Katie Clement. Yeah. But congratulations to you and Andy.
Thank you.
Yeah. So tell us about Something Blue. Like what kind of services do you offer for those who are listening who've never heard of it or been there? What kind of products do you sell, and what is Something Blue?
So we're a wedding resale store. We have been in business about 5.5 years, and we have everything from wedding dresses to mother's dresses. We're carrying a huge selection of prom dresses this year.
Okay.
And then we also have wedding decor too. And we have an in-house seamstress also.
That's cool because not a lot of places have. And you do tuxedo rentals too,
yes,
is that right?
Yes, we do. Yeah.
So you do it all.
You are on top of it. I
so
knew I'd
pretty
forget
much
something.
So if you guys listening, you get engaged at any point in time, she has everything.
I try to be the one-stop shop as much as possible. We
Cool.
just opened the parlor in our store too, which that's kind of
awesome.
now the little gift part of Something Blue.
Sure.
So yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
Cool.
A lot of fun.
I remember we went in there for a video for a client at the parlor, and it looks like you can really customize now the wedding side of things.
Yeah, absolutely. You can customize things, or you can just buy gifts the way they are and walk out. So Emily, my business partner, is a really creative, and she
was fun.
Yeah, she's the brains of that part of the
Okay,
situation.
gotcha.
I run the cash register.
Yeah.
But she is really good. Her mind is always going, and it's really fun to see what she can make things become too. Yeah. I feel like I'm a kind of creative person, but she takes it to a whole new level.
Yeah.
So it's been a lot of fun to get to see her side of things.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you said you've been in Something Blue now for 5 years, right?
Yes.
That's a long time. And it was here in Ankeny originally, or has it been out of the city? Or
nope, it's always been in Uptown. We
Okay.
started over on Southwest 3rd Street, 221 Southwest 3rd, which is right behind Sweet Swirls.
Oh, wow.
Yep,
Okay.
next to Ankeny Real Estate Services.
Sure.
And then we moved Maple Street, where Real Deals is.
Yeah.
And now we are on Ankeny Boulevard, which
so now it's even bigger than your other places.
Yes, we started in half of where we are now, and we expanded in 2017 to the second half. So we're in just under 10,000 square feet. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a good sign.
This
is growing.
It's a lot of stuff in
But
there.
you get a lot of stuff, huh?
My girls have told me that if I move again, that they're quitting.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So if someone has some things, like for example, they buy wedding stuff from you, could they come back and be like, this wasn't used, brand new? Do you take those
even if they
things?
use it? So my sister,
wow.
we started with my sister's wedding decorations, and I have seen them in the same form that we put them together 3 times. Now, granted, they were vases, so the people could very easily have taken the ribbons off, and we maybe have seen them more than that. So it's been very interesting because you do get some of the same stuff back because
so that's
it's
really
decor.
So you really are the one-stop shop then.
Yeah, it's really nice, and it gets out of mom and dad's basement because we all know that's where it ends up. I mean,
that's funny you say
it's
that,
not in
that's
your
probably
basement.
where most of our stuff is.
Yes, it's in mom and dad's basement. So either
That's
that or
funny.
in your garage. And my husband was real motivated when we had our first weekend off from our wedding, and I was at work, and the next thing I know, he's like, "Open the back door. The stuff's coming to the store." And I was like, "Oh, okay."
That's cool. Wow, so that's interesting. And then you're always live streaming as well. So I've seen you all the time, every time I scroll through my phone.
Well, my brother-in-law makes fun of me for it, but yes, I talk with my
people
hands
are
a lot.
going to make fun of you for a lot of things. I get made fun of for the podcast sometimes, and it's okay.
Yeah,
you just got to do your thing. Tell us about how the story of Something Blue. How did that come to be? Like, you didn't just one day want to be in the wedding industry, I'm sure.
No. Like, if you would have met me in high school, you would have laughed at the fact that I sold my high school softball coach a wedding dress, and I asked her if she ever thought Katie Hanson would sell her wedding dress, and her exact words were, "Hell no." So I was the biggest tomboy in high school. And then I went to Iowa State. I have a degree in marketing, and my mom and dad asked me when I was changing my degree from accounting to marketing what I was going to do with that.
Yeah.
And I said I was going to manage brands someday. And they were like, "How are you going to do that?" Well, look at that, Mom.
Yeah.
Look at that,
there
Dad.
You go.
That's what I'm doing.
Here she is, guys. If you're watching later, here she is.
Yeah.
That's funny. I actually started with a business management degree and switched over to marketing because it just felt like the right thing to do.
It has the math side of things and the creative side of things.
And
I wanted that. Yeah. I wanted that.
For me, it was
both.
almost like not common sense, but like I knew why some people wanted certain things and like all that packaging and like how you enthusiast. Some of it is just the person too, like how it come across.
My mother is the queen. The amount of time she bought Pop-Tarts because they were in a cute box is beyond me. Like,
it's insane.
Yeah, it is. So I love the people aspect of it, and my passion is helping people. So after I was in banking for 7 years.
Okay.
My sister got married, and we drove to this other store that she told me about, and I didn't know anything about it.
Yeah.
And we got there, and I was like, why can't we do this? And she was like, are you serious? And I was like, well, is there anything like this in Iowa? It was the middle of January.
Yeah.
And we had spent 4 hours in the car, and she was like, do you think we would have driven this far if there was one in Iowa? And I was like, okay, fine. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Yeah. I'm on board with you with that.
Yeah.
So that was in January. And March, we created our Facebook page. And June 14th, she got married. And June 16th, we took over our first building. Wow. And we opened July 1st.
So you were just like, let's do this.
I told you, I jump into the deep end. I don't ask very many questions.
Would you say, though, that's how very many businesses start?
I think you have, so the parlor was kind of the same way. Emily and I had kind of tossed the idea around a little bit. We went to Nashville over Labor Day weekend. Okay. And we came home after 4 days of being together, and we opened the parlor.
Did you so Nashville, what for that? Where's she from? Or
no, we went for another conference for something else that she's a part of, and I got to tag along, and it was a lot of fun. But we came home. I left for Florida for a week after that, and the week after I got home from Florida, we cleared out my linen room and started painting the parlor.
Wow.
Yeah. That's think insane. You have to, otherwise you overthink it. I would have talked myself out of it.
Yeah. I remember starting some of my stuff. I was like, oh, wait till, after the winter. And then I'm like, no, I'm just going to do it because
you have to.
That's like 6 months later. What am I going to do?
Right.
Just be behind more.
Right. So, I just feel like it becomes one of those things that you will find every excuse not to do it. If I'm an overthinker, and I would have overthought it. Now, my husband, on the other hand,
so what does your husband do?
He's a chiropractor and owns his own business also.
Okay, wow.
But
power couple.
I'm not sure about that. Crazy, maybe.
So
we don't like health insurance, apparently.
I gotcha. There you go.
So he's a chiropractor out in West Des Moines. So we stay pretty busy. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
How do you find a way to balance, your relationship now with all that, with businesses? So
he's always owned his own business. So,
okay.
I mean, 6 months into our relationship, he bought his clinic. And so we have that's been part of it. I lived, eat, and breathed his clinic. My parents were entrepreneurs, and very much I wanted to help him succeed. You just
knew that was where you were going to be?
I wanted that, but I didn't know how I would ever be that. I don't know. I worked at a bank.
That's true.
I mean,
a very probably boring job.
It was I got to travel.
You probably made it fun though.
It was interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. But so I loved helping him. I looking back, if we could do it all over again, I told him, I was like, dude, you should have just hired me for you. I should have quit the bank a long time ago, and I could be marketing Clement Chiropractic.
Of course. But then you wouldn't have something blue.
I would not have something blue. Yes.
Well, there's a reason, I think.
There is a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know how we do it. We enjoy our time together, and we find things that we enjoy doing together. We have 2 dogs. We like being with them. Honestly, we really like being at home.
Yeah. What kind of puppies do you have?
We have a golden doodle and a mini labradoodle.
Oh, wow.
The puppy is the mini labradoodle, and
very cute.
She's adorable. Yeah. Thank God.
I have a friend with a golden doodle, and he is crazy and jumps on you and all over the place.
They have personalities. Yeah. That's for sure. Yes. Yeah. The golden doodle, my girls make fun of her and say that she is me, in dog form.
Oh, there you go.
She's just really excited to see people all the time.
Yeah. Well, every time I've seen you at business events or here in Uptown, because you've been involved with Uptown for a while. Yeah, you always come in and you brighten the place up, and you're always excited, and you just want to get started on things. So
I do. I like getting stuff done.
Yeah. Which is perfect for some businesses.
I like being busy. I thrive when I have a lot of stuff going on, which is weird. But otherwise, I tend to procrastinate.
Yeah. Would you say you're a big procrastinator?
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
I am too.
It should be my middle name, quite honestly.
Yeah. I'll admit it. So the name Something Blue, how did that come to be?
So there's the saying, something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue.
Yeah.
A sixpence in your shoe is how it ends.
I didn't know that.
Me neither.
Interesting.
Yeah. So we wanted something like, we were like, oh, we could do something old, something borrowed, but we didn't want anybody to ever think of their dress or their decor or anything like that to be of something that was like somebody used. Else's before. Yeah.
Sure.
So something blue was kind of like, oh, that's kind of cute that it's part of all of this. Mm-hmm. But it didn't really pigeonhole me into like, oh, I just have to sell wedding dresses or I just have to sell decor. So it was a good happy medium between everything. And it didn't say, oh, I borrowed this from somebody before.
Yeah.
And honestly, that's kind of a big misconception of our whole entire store is that we work with a lot of bridal shops. Mm-hmm. And I would say 99% of our dresses are brand new and still have tags on them.
That's good to know.
Because we work with bridal shops. I used to say local, but now we're all over the country. We have people that send us stuff. Yeah.
That's awesome. Really cool.
It's really cool.
Last time I was in there, you have like one whole section full of just dresses on one side.
Oh yeah. So 5,000 square feet of our store is dresses. So whether it be prom, formal, mothers, or wedding dresses. We have about, I would say probably anywhere from 1,000 to 1,500 wedding dresses in stock right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
They have a lot of something to choose.
And like 800 prom dresses.
Wow.
That's a lot.
You know, I realized being in Ankeny now how big prom is here. It's like a huge deal.
Was prom not a big deal where you?
I mean, it was, but not like, holy cow, like this. Like everyone's, social media now. I didn't have it back then, so I'm sure it might have been the same, but the way they're like almost proposed to,
Oh yeah, that's totally
and it's
new.
like, what? Yeah, that's crazy.
It is kind of weird, isn't it?
So you probably get a bunch of girls going in there and like.
It is. So a majority of our prom business comes from all over Iowa. I would say the majority of our prom girls are from small towns, and I can appreciate that. I'm from small town. Sure. I mean, you're looking for something that looks good on you, but isn't going to cost you an arm and a leg.
Yeah,
because.
Well, and it looked like you had plenty of space to try stuff on and mirrors and everything.
Yeah,
so.
We try to keep things pretty open.
I'm pretty sure every corner of that area is used somehow.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. As we were talking earlier about how everything's always evolving and everything's... Yes. Every day my girls are like, oh God, Katie has a new idea.
So you're full of ideas. That's good.
Well, I mean, you got to try it. Yeah. Like you got to see what sticks and what works and what doesn't work.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you kind of become obsolete.
Yeah. And I don't know. You don't want to be stagnant either, like just complacent either.
No.
Because I think that's what slows, some business die off because they're just okay with something and leave
everything
it and don't change it.
They do what they've always done. And that doesn't necessarily... That's like my least favorite saying. Well, this is how we do it because this is what we've always done.
Yeah. It's just like, why don't you try something new, But again, it's not something I want to get into either because then I don't want to judge other businesses the way they do it.
No. But like, I mean, it is like the ever-changing pace of technology. I mean, I graduated from college in 2008. Mm-hmm. And that Facebook came out the year I started college. I mean, so to think that...
So you saw that it was only for college students at the time.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Still wasted a lot of time on it back then.
Yeah. Wow. I was always against it at first, which is weird because now a lot of my business is online and stuff, but it was just like, it was what all the cool kids were doing. I wanted to be the rebel and I was like, I'm never going to get a Facebook.
Right.
Blah, blah, blah. And
now look at you.
Now I'm on it and, I don't know. That was 2009 or 10 when I first.
I don't know about you.
Logged on.
But the funny part about me is that like I'm very involved when it comes to my business. I share nothing personally on Facebook.
Really?
Isn't that weird?
That's weird. Some strategies, sometimes you do want to share your posts from something blue to your personal.
I do that every once in a while. But I mean, I would say 99% of my time that I'm on social media is for my business.
Which I think is the way it should be, though.
Yeah.
Because ideally, you don't want to waste time just being, socializing on Facebook.
No, I would hope not. I would hope I
had
had more stuff.
But if you're on Facebook all the time, like, there's been people in my family who are like, you're always on Facebook. All I see you do is on Facebook. Like, who cares what you're doing right now? I'm like, that's not what I'm posting. I'm looking at, client stuff, or I'm posting about the business or new ideas. Researching how people post.
Right.
Sometimes, I'm learning. I'm not just on Facebook
Well, and you don't know, like everything changes. So I usually
literally changes all the time.
Yeah. Monday mornings, I usually like post some snarky comment of some sort or meme for people. And
I've seen them.
Yeah, like
Yeah, memes
this
are
morning,
awesome.
like nobody's even seen anything. I mean, but you just never. But next Monday, I could post something at the same time and
Yep.
get totally
and
different response.
You went live this morning. I did
Yeah.
see that, and so that stays there later on. You keep them up, so
Yeah.
then people can later on see what you had and maybe ask you, "Hey, I saw you had this candle you were showing off. Did you end up selling it? Because I want it."
Oh yeah, that happens
and
more
then you
often than not. We sold 2 prom dresses this weekend because my girls posted them on our Instagram stories. I mean, and they came in and were like, "Hey, look what I got."
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really cool. So when did you decide to go live?
Oh gosh.
Have you been doing it for a while?
Yeah.
Because just like recently last year, they were all like, "That's the best way to fight the algorithm," blah blah blah. But you were doing it before then.
So let's see here, 2016.
Yeah,
probably.
That's great. So that's
Yeah.
because you have like 14,000 likes on Facebook. That's huge.
Well,
In like most businesses I've seen, that's like up there.
Well,
So
it's been
all that hard work.
It is, it is a lot of work, and that's the
Yeah.
thing. And there are days where you're like, "This is not what I want to be doing," but it is like. And I try to be pretty authentic on all my lives. So if you're gonna see
You
me,
do come across very authentic.
well, thank you. I mean, like I remember my first live that I was gonna do. First video I was going to do.
Were you like overthinking everything?
Oh my gosh, I was like, Bethany, we can't use that. Oh, Bethany, we can't use that.
That's in the background.
No, Bethany, I just stuttered over my words. I can't use that. And I finally got to the point where I was like, you know what? That is not the Katie you get when you walk through the front door.
Yeah.
So why is that the Katie I'm going to portray on Facebook?
Sure.
Because
Exactly.
that's not who I am. I am not perfect by any stretch of imagination.
Yeah. I love that you go live a lot because you're showing people the way it's, maybe you're not trying to, but that's the way it should be done now. Just bring people to your business, but it also makes it interesting and like they get to know you as a person.
Well, and I think that's part of it. And my favorite part of my job is building relationships and helping people. So I love working my floor. Yep. It's not what I should be doing. And I'm really good at putting my other stuff off so I can work the floor. Yep. But that is my favorite part. I love getting to know people. I love getting to know people's stories. I mean, half the time that people start to talk to me in the store, the girls look at me after they leave and they're like, "Do you know that person?" Yeah. And I'm like, no. No. And they're like, "Why did they just tell you your whole life story?" Yeah. I don't know. That's just the person that I am.
Yeah. Well, and then at times now you've done it so long, people probably recognize you off in the streets too.
Yeah. It's a little terrifying. Yeah. Like I was at Joann Fabrics the other day and they were like, "Oh, hi, aren't you getting it?" Or like people will walk in my store and they'll be like, "Hi, Katie, how are you?" And I'm like,
it's weird. Hi. It's weirder to me when they remember your name.
Yes.
But then they're like, "Hey, you're, like they're probably like, hey, you're the wedding girl or something." Like, what do they normally say when they see you?
They usually say my name.
Yeah, they say your
name.
And
I don't know that I've ever introduced myself, quite honestly.
Wow.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, but that's a good weird.
I mean, it is a great weird, and I'm not complaining whatsoever.
Yeah.
It's just been a very interesting adjustment. Yes.
Well, it's not like you did it to get well known or become
Heck
famous.
No.
You were doing it to grow the business.
Yeah.
So that's just a side effect of
it is a side effect.
What you've been
and
doing.
If, like, I'm very much the person that I didn't start my business for the attention on me. My sister and I probably went a whole year before we claimed the business because we wanted people. I don't know. Like, I don't even know why we did that. Looking back, I'm like, God, you're kind of idiots. But
maybe because you didn't feel important enough or something.
I think that's kind of part of it. Yeah. I mean, we're from small towns, so that makes a big difference too. Is like you either flourished in a small town or you didn't. And so then all of a sudden you get this complex, I would say.
Sure. Yeah. It really is totally different because I came from a big city. And then you see, growing up there, it was always a popularity race and all this. And it kind of was here too, but it's more family oriented in small towns.
Right.
So like how long your family was here, that kind of thing.
Right. So. And so we're not from here. We're from North Iowa originally. And so nobody knows us here. I mean,
now they do know you.
Well, apparently. Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just been very interesting. I don't know. This is not what I expected to happen.
Yeah. Well, and then you probably realized I can't do this all the time because more business is coming up. So then you started training your girls to do lives.
Yeah, I kind of got to the point where I said to my girls, I was like, "Listen, everybody knows me, but I'm not the one that they walk in to, and I'm not the one that helps them. And I would love to help them, but I'm running the business side of things. Yeah, so I made them. Well, asked them.
At first, you probably had to make them.
Yes,
it was. At first, it's terrifying.
It was very intimidating for some of them, and I don't know. I'm like, I don't know how it's any different than they do phenomenal with people who walk in the door.
Yeah.
But it was one of those things that I was like, people should get to know you because you're the one that builds a relationship with them as soon as they walk in the door. Yeah. And they were like, okay, fine.
And that's brave of you at first. You know, at first you're probably thinking, oh, should I let them? You know, I wonder how did that ever come across? Or you're just like, here you go, try it.
Nope. I am blessed with the girls I get to work with every single day. Like because
that is a big responsibility. I mean, you're live. You have that many people watching.
Right.
It's a big responsibility.
It makes a big difference. But in the same breath, like I trust them to run my business when I'm not there. It's just kind of like when people walk in and they hear like, I want to talk to Katie. And I'm like, I hired these people because I trust them to run my business for me when I'm not here. So I don't know. And I've been very blessed, very, very blessed with the girls that I do have that work for me.
Yeah. How many girls work for you now?
I have 10. Yeah.
That's more than I thought you had. So when did you have that like ability to be like, yeah, I need 10, or just over time, over the past 5 years, you've added 1 or 2 every year?
So kind of and kind of not. So Bethany has worked for me since 2008.
Okay.
Eleanor has worked for me since 2010. Nikki, not 2008. What am I doing? 2014. No, let's go. Bethany has worked for me since 2015. 15. Good God. Something
like
Blue wasn't even around.
Yeah, and then I thought they may be banking. She helped you as an assistant. Okay.
So Bethany has worked for me since 2014. Eleanor's worked for me since beginning of 2017, 2016. Okay. I don't know. Don't tell Eleanor. I don't know. She'll be real sad.
She's probably watching. Sorry, Eleanor.
Yeah. So I went from like, I think part of it is getting to know what you need. So I thought I needed more full-time people. And then it came to the fact that I needed more part-time people because so they can fill in a lot better. So I have 3 girls that are part-time or full-time. The rest of them are part-timers.
Yeah. I feel like some people at first think they need all these full-time people and try and
they're the worst ones to have because not the worst, they're amazing to have, but they are expected, like, this is our slowest time of year, so I can say, okay, I'm going to pare down your hours a little bit for my part-time people. I have found that it is my responsibility. I don't have children, but my girls, I call them they're my responsibility to take care of. They're my family, and so if they're depending on me to pay their bills, that is my job to make sure that they have the money they need to pay their bills.
Sure.
Not that I'm giving them extra money, but you know what I mean.
I know what you mean. Saying. Yeah. You care for them.
Yeah.
And that's why they'll stick around.
I care for them because they take care of me, and why I don't know how you can not care for them. Literally, my interview process is you become part of my family whether you like it or not. Like that's part of it because it's my job to take care of you.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's just weird to me how some people are always in that hard. It's like, it's so hard to keep people and retain them in the business. And then I'm like, well, do you know all of them, by first name basis? And like, have you hung out with them a couple hours in the business? And like, do you sit them down every month?
Do you know their husbands' names? Do you know
exactly? Do you even really know them? Yeah. And when most of the time when they're like, well, no, or I don't have the time, then I'm like, maybe that's why, you don't really treat your employees like family almost.
They're my family. Like I'm the amount of times, like my best example is that Eleanor called me one night and she was like, my car door won't shut and I'm at B&B theaters. And I was like, okay. And she was like, I was wondering if Andy could fix it for me. Oh. So next thing I know, I have Eleanor at my house.
Yeah. But see, it requires so much trust to like even want to, because they probably feel bad bothering you to begin with, but they trust you enough.
But I've told them that. Like, that is my job. Like, I am, like, most of my girls are pretty young. And so it's either their first time out on their own or they are getting their first place. Like, I am here to help them because...
of course.
Why they were part of my family. I mean, they allow me to live my dream every single day. So why would I not at least try to help them in any way, shape, or form I can?
So tell us a little bit about the parlor, because that's new. New part of the Something Blue.
Yeah. So the parlor, like I said, happened because Emily and I spent 22 hours in the car together. I don't think our husbands are going to let us go anywhere ever again together, but that happens. So the parlor has a little bit of everything. You can either customize the items that we have in the store, or you can customize like anything. Like Emily is a graphic artist, and so she can take pretty much anything and add it to whatever you want, whether it be a t-shirt or your save the dates, or she can. This past weekend, we were talking to this couple and their wedding is Harry Potter themed.
Oh, awesome. My wife would be jealous.
I don't know anything about Harry Potter, so I did a lot of this. I did a lot of nodding.
Yeah. There you go.
But they were going to customize things so they could put it on, like they were going to make their own little family crest or family seal, and that way they could put it on their bridesmaids gifts, their groomsmen's gifts, they could put it on their save the dates, they could put it on their invitations, they could put it on a t-shirt, they could put it so that's the thing, is that our whole thing is what if, and rather than ask yourself what if, why not? And
why not try it?
Yeah. And that's kind of my relationship with Emily has kind of started out that way. She's very much like the dreamer, kind of like I am, in the aspect of, I finally looked at her one day and I was like, Em, you're going to ask yourself what if for the rest of your life, then quit asking yourself what if and actually do it. Yeah,
just at least try it, attempt it.
When I expanded into the part of the store that I'm in now, I didn't know that I made the right decision. I was terrified. And I walked into Hobby Lobby and there was a sign that said better an oops than a what if. And I was like,
perfect. There you go.
That is my life motto.
That's a sign. Yeah. Because then, like, who knows? Yeah, you'd be like, I should have done it later, and someone might move in, or
Right. I would have rather said oops at this point in time than look back at the age of 60 and said, gosh, I wonder what would have happened if I would have done that.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Is the hours the same as your store?
Yes. Yep. So we're open Monday through Friday, 10 to 7, Saturday, 10 to 4, and Sunday, 12:30 to 4.
Okay. And they can also call you to have an appointment to maybe try stuff on?
Yeah. Yep. You don't need an appointment. You can stop at any time, and then you can also shop online too at somethingbluebride.com.
Okay. Cool.
We update that every single day.
Every day.
Every day new items go on our website. And like hundreds of items go on our website every single day. Yeah.
Wow. So if any events coming up there pretty soon?
I mean, prom is what's going to be our next big thing. We're in the middle of engagement season, which is Thanksgiving through Valentine's Day.
Yeah, wow, I didn't think about it because I proposed to Kim during Christmas Eve, I think. So a lot of people probably do it during Christmas, Thanksgiving.
Yeah, you're around family. Like we got engaged December 22nd last year. I mean, the next day we rolled into one family Christmas and we rolled into the next family Christmas. I mean, so so we're in the heat of engagement season.
You're gonna be pretty busy up until the end of February.
Well, it kind of goes until April because then prom kicks in too.
Oh, that's right.
It just gets into mass chaos mode.
Wow.
We're in very quiet mode right now, and my girls are all wishing for a busy season, and then busy season comes.
And then they're like,
just kidding, we don't want it.
We didn't want this.
Yeah.
Wow, awesome. And you have a website too?
Yep. Somethingbluebride.com.
Somethingbluebride.com.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Well, I wanted to ask you one more question, and then it is, what is your definition of an entrepreneur?
So I had to think about this one.
Sure.
Yeah, because it was, I don't know, like I didn't look anything up.
Yeah.
I was tempted.
I want it to be your definition, not the book definition.
I was very tempted to see like what the actual definition was. But in my opinion, I think it's somebody that says, you know what, I'm done working for everybody else and I'm going to go follow my passion and my dream, whether it be it's something that you're doing on the side and you're still doing your business or working for somebody else 40 hours a week, or it's working for your passion and getting excited about it.
I love it. 100%.
That would be my definition of that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Katie, for being on the show.
Thank you. This was so much fun.
Yeah, I had fun too.
Yeah.